Welcome to partialarc.com. Don't do that.
Welcome to Friday Night Quests. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Jay Jones. We're back with part 3 of our adventure with Marshall Williams from the series Glee. But before we begin the show, we wanted to let you know that Partial Arc will be at Gen Con next week. If you're unfamiliar with Gen Con, it's the world's largest gaming convention. Everything from simple card games to RPGs, like Dungeons & Dragons. Basically, it's tons of fun, and we'll be there to actually demo our very own game, Mortals. So if you happen to be there next week, come say hi and, give us a high five or something. And finally, if you'd like to help us out, please consider hopping on iTunes and leaving us a rating and review. Any 5-star rating and review really helps people find the show and lets us keep having guests and do silly, crazy stories. It would be amazing. With that said, let's get to the game. You find yourself in a tavern.
Oh, we should have checked for traps.
I knew he forgot something.
I think I can reason with him.
You killed his father.
Can I have sex with it?
You could certainly try.
I'm gonna touch a sword.
Don't touch the sword!
The child is evil, right?
Obviously.
I could cast Fireball.
Always cast Fireball.
All right, roll for it. Previously on Friday Night Quests, after being framed for murder, our heroes were locked away, where they met Zephyr, a birdman who is also a seer, and also betrayed by the Kal's vizier. Now Prince Horace, Izzy, Sweeney, and Grax have freed themselves. But thanks to Sweeney's impulsive nature, they have also released several wild beasts and dangerous monsters, including a pack of hyena men, who charge towards our heroes with murder on the mind.
Why did no one stop me?
I didn't. Well,
You did it so
All right,
fast.
so
we
what did
I think we
what'd you
all
get?
agreed. To never open
13.
the nulls.
Okay, what did you get?
14.
Okay. Izzy?
3.
5.
That's right.
Oh, I know exactly what's happening next. All right, we're fine.
Okay, then I won't.
That's
We're fine.
Izzy,
our gods
let's roll
are
off
gonna
real
intervene.
Tell me what you get.
11.
Okay.
That's actually better. Your thing's better.
Yours was... Grax, yours was 14?
Yeah. Grax, do you have a god that you worship?
I do. I'm drawing a blank now
Is it
because I'm a
Bama?
little
It's
intoxicated.
Bama, yeah.
Okay,
You drank a
yeah.
lot really
Oh,
quickly
yeah.
when you
I
took a
did.
swig from
That's
your...
right, you slept with my queen.
Yeah.
I did.
Wow.
You're
I'm
dragon
impressed.
queen.
I mean, I'm very impressed.
I'm impressed with you.
Yeah.
Lock that down.
guys are-
Nice job.
You guys are really bonding.
For the weirdest things.
Eskimo
Over the
brothers.
strangest
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I am a virgin, so it didn't exactly happen.
So the gnolls make pretty fast pace, and the first one leaps out, not at Sweeney, but leaps out instead at the dragonborn, and goes with its jaws baring to go and bite you. We eat your friends! So
I got this covered, guys.
It definitely clamps down and gets you in the side of the neck, and you take 4 damage.
Way to go.
I got this guy.
Sweeney.
The other
Guys,
2 are
got
following
this.
close behind it. They seem pretty blood frenzy. Sweeney, it's your turn.
No.
Oh, sorry. Grax, it's your turn.
Yeah.
So, as it's on me, I take out my bludgeon and use maul.
Ooh.
13
Plus 5, right?
So, 18.
That hits.
Nice.
So I knock the one that's attached to me off.
Okay. What? And roll for damage.
6.
No, you do that twice.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Nice. Plus
9.
his strength, right?
So, yeah, plus your strength, so 12.
12.
So 12 damage. What do you hit it with?
my bludgeon, my maul.
Oh
The maul
God.
attack.
So you hit it solid in the side of the body. Where do you hit it actually in the body?
Right under the ribs, like right underneath
Okay.
his arms.
So
So
you-
I think he cracked some ribs.
You cracked
or
some
something. He's
serious
pretty-
ribs
he's
that
pretty
first one. You
messed
hear a
up.
loud yelp, just as you just slam right into the side of it. Okay, Sweeney, it's your turn.
I'd like to make a religion check to know as much about their demon god as I can. 14.
You know that the demon god itself blesses them with kind of a bloodthirst and a blood frenzy, especially when blood is dripping from their enemies. They get more enraged and more excited about killing. So, you know, the weaker you guys get, the stronger they get as well.
Okay. Do I know what he looks like?
What the god looks like?
Yeah. With a 14.
With
do
a 14, no. I
Okay.
would say you don't know exactly what the god looks
Then
like.
I will use minor illusion to make the pseudo dragon appear. in front of us.
Oh, the little.
So it flutters down and hovers right in front of Grax's face and like hisses at
So you
them.
make the creature that you think is a pseudo dragon appear.
Yes,
in front of them.
the pink and blue.
The pink and
dragon.
blue one that they saw before appear in front of them.
Yeah, it appears, and I would like to do an intimidation check.
Okay.
Because I'm using this,
Okay.
can I get advantage? Because like
I will give you an advantage because you're using this for an intimidation.
oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh my god!
And
So
just in case, no, that's any chance.
you
no.
can't. You
if
can't.
I rolled two
you can't
natural
over
20s,
Yeah, if you 2 natural 20s, their actual god comes down and smites them. No. Yeah, so you perfectly make that image of the blue and pink dragon just appear in front of them, and what does it say? Does it do anything?
it hisses and shrieks and flaps its wings.
So
and
the back 2 gnolls immediately claw at the ground and turn around and just run the other way. One right into the mouth of the Quaggoth as it just bites one, and the other one just skitters down. The one that he's hit in the ribs sees it and kind of backs into the corner, but sees you kind of doing something with your hands, so he's not entirely convinced. But the other 2 are just definitely
it was
gone.
an intimidation of natural 20.
Yeah. 2 are definitely gone. 1 is being eaten by a Quaggoth right now.
Fair enough.
Horace, it's your turn.
And there's a gnoll right next to us that he just
Yeah,
hit,
that he
right?
just
Grax
cracked in the
just
ribs,
Cracked
yeah.
in the ribs. All right, I'm gonna unsheath my sword if it wasn't already unsheathed, and I'm gonna swing away.
Swing away, Meryl.
'Cause nobody hurts my good dragon friend. That's a 22,
Oh, that's a hit. Yeah.
and that's 10 damage.
Yeah, so, as he's looking up, not entirely sure at this fairy dragon, a man in beautiful flowing blonde hair comes by and finishes him.
Oh.
So what happens?
Right before I swing, I'm going to say, I don't have time for this. I've got to get my makeup on, and then I decapitate him.
Oh, wow. So literally the 2 that absolutely needed to get out of the cell killed the other creatures. All right, great. I would say you guys are out of initiative outside of watching a bunch of
Okay.
pixies eating at a bugbear down the way and a Quaggoth finishing eating off a knoll. And,
I go right
and an
to-
owlbear and a unicorn just battling it out in a cell
I go right to
somewhere.
my makeup and put on my foundation as quickly as I can.
Very nice. Covering up the blood.
Yeah,
the
covering up the
markings.
virgin blood.
Excellent. All right, guys. So we gotta get out of here. Everybody feels better. You've murdered some of these people here. Let's leave.
Yeah, let's follow the
Let's
room.
go.
Let's go.
We start
Look at-
shooing the animals out of the dungeon up the hallway.
Right. Some of the ones that have left, the owlbear and the unicorn, as you run down, are actually kind of curled up next to each other. They seem to have made amends.
The unicorn and the owlbear?
The unicorn and the owlbear have made amends. Although there's like blood and rainbow blood all over the inside, they seem to be
happens.
resting.
Wow.
You run down the hall, the pixies and the bugbear are still fighting. You get down to the end where you came from, and you start to hear footsteps above the stones above you. So there's a stairway that you came down. Do you guys run that way, or do you run back to where you came from down at the box? There's another way out.
Let's
Let's go the other way.
yeah.
Let's go
Is
the
there
other
a lot
way.
of footsteps?
Yeah, it's a lot of footsteps.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go the other way.
Yeah.
So you guys run back down.
Casually, just calmly and casually, let's walk through. Because if we're running and racing, isn't that a bit more conspicuous?
Oh, once we get
You should
out.
just like just
No, look, we're here for the
casually
feast.
leave the other
Yeah.
way. But I mean,
Yeah.
if we encounter everyone, maybe our calm state will render us less conspicuous.
Maybe we should pick up on the bodies and pretend that we're bringing a carcass
Oh, to
to
the
use
feast.
in the feast. We
Oh.
could kill that unicorn.
Oh, Jesus.
That's probably pretty good food.
I don't want to kill the unicorn.
Well, wait, what's your alignment, Grax? Are you a good guy?
I'm a pretty good guy. I have a solid constitution. But there's
Then you.
Are you having
Something about that unicorn meat.
unicorn's pretty neutral. I don't know. Just
I
thinking
think
it-
Unicorns are
like-
very
for the
good.
greater- for the greater good.
Beautiful, wonderful animals in all of the
Yeah.
universe.
Or what if we just fake it? We put it to sleep and then we carry it out and save it at the same time.
We'd be
We don't
carrying a
have to kill
whole
it.
horse.
What if we befriend it?
We could ride it out, all of us.
Now
How
you're
big is it?
talking. Now you're talking.
I could try to befriend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And we all ride a unicorn and say, I don't know what happened.
They have extremes. Well, actually,
And
there's.
They have
a whole
extreme sports
they have
obsessions?
Extreme strength. They're just
Oh.
crazy.
You say
what-
extreme sports obsession?
One of us could ride the owlbear out.
I want to ride.
Well, I could just buck it out too. Athletics. That'd
Yeah,
be
no,
good.
you're fast.
You know what?
as
Can we
hell.
try to like convince the unicorn to join us maybe before we?
You can certainly try to convince a unicorn to to come with you guys. Meanwhile, foot soldier sounds are becoming louder and
Let's
louder.
get out of here.
Okay, let's
get out of
leave.
here.
Yeah, just head down the.
All right.
head
You guys run
the
down
stairs.
the hall. There's one way. There's a path going one way, and there's a path that you saw the goblins run down before.
Goblins are really good with.
I think they know. where
Yeah,
to go.
goblins are good with
No.
direction.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Might as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty racist, but okay.
Yeah.
So you know the
It's positive racism.
positive
Yeah.
racism, which is fine, right?
Yeah.
So you run down the one hallway.
Anti-racism.
Reverse racism.
So you guys come up a stairway into a small passage, a small corridor. It has a couple things leading out into the main court area, and then it looks like rows of doors down one way and rows down another one. Guys, all right, we gotta find, I know there used to be a baker here. He lived, I think, on like the second floor. We can probably camp out there for a little bit until the feast later.
Look for the butcher and the candlestick maker. He can't be far behind.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. Anyways, guys, they're all dead, by the way. The vizier took care of those guys as well. Do you know about? Never mind. All right, now we need to go up these stairs. There's a staircase nearby. There should be a door on the right, a room to the baker, and we can stay in there for at least a little bit. All right?
All right.
I'll follow.
I would like you guys to make a stealth check.
Oh, shoot.
Make a group stealth check.
Okay.
You guys are gonna Scooby-Doo tiptoe
So
it.
here's the thing. Sweeney's pretty good at stealth, but Grax has disadvantage and a -1.
Nice.
I got a 20.
I got a 4.
You got a 20?
Not natural, but
Oh,
I got a 4.
4?
10.
Well,
10?
and you roll again and take the lower.
Oh, do I?
Wait, does he
Yeah.
have disadvantage?
Well, He has straight up
11
disadvantage.
and then I minus
He's a
1.
huge dragonborn.
But he also has disadvantage because he has a
Oh, wouldn't have that been great? He just rolled a natural 20.
but you it's all right. Still it's
10?
it's not
Still,
all right.
still just a 10.
16 for
16 for Sweeney?
I got a 4.
Okay, what did Horace get?
I got a 20.
So,
Surprisingly-
actually, you guys kind of even out. I would say you, as stealthily as possible, make it up the stairs and to one of the side rooms that Zephyr leads you into. So you go into the room, Zephyr quickly closes the door behind, survey the room. It just seems to be an empty bedroom. There's a closet, some clothes and
Oh.
cloaks in there.
I'd like to look at those.
Oh, yeah. There's some finery in there. The baker had some pretty decent style. Some interesting pants that seem to be of recent, kind of new. You haven't seen a design
I'm
like
gonna
this
hold them up
before.
against me and be like, how do I look in these?
like a dandy.
Excellent.
Like a pussy.
Oh, pusillanimous. I love it.
In the corner of the room, there's a bunch of cookbooks, things like how to make the best pies, how to make the best pies not get killed by your king, things like that. So the room to its own is fairly empty.
Is there food anywhere?
Oh yeah, there's rotting apple pies in the corner. There seem to be some fine vegetables though and fruits that have held up in a basket nearby.
Can I take an apple and start eating on it?
You certainly can.
Have they rotted enough to ferment?
No, they. I like how you're thinking, but no, they seem to be like normal.
And there's no baker around.
No, the baker is not there.
All right.
Does he have any of his baker clothes that we could hide in?
Yeah, in the closet, there's certainly some baker clothes. It seems to be a chef's hat is in there as well.
A taupe.
Oh.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called a taupe.
Yeah, even in D&D, it's called a taupe.
Yeah, why not? So
It's a magic taupe. It
some
just
of
makes
us-
apple pies appear.
some of us could dress up as a chef. We may have a harder time with the dragonborn, but the dragonborn also looks like a soldier. So maybe that's okay. I feel like
Yeah, like a soldier with a dragon face. Totally normal.
we can't really do much about that. Birdman.
Oh,
Here.
I see. Okay, all right, Birdman. Fine, fun. It's okay for the vizier to call me back, but I take a little offense from you, but that's fine.
It's okay for the guy who locked you up to call you that?
I was being sarcastic. Anyways,
I've got an
like your
idea.
style.
I can use some feathers from Zephyr and
sorry?
makeup to make the dragonborn look like a birdman.
now when you say feathers from Zephyr, you mean like the feathers that are part of my body? Those kind of feathers?
I was actually going to ask you if I could borrow one for my hat.
Are you waiting for a positive response? In the affirmative, like, yes, of course. Which feather would you like to rip off across of my body? One
Oh,
of my
thank you
wings,
for
maybe one down
asking.
here by my ass.
Thank you for asking. The longest you got.
You... Does he really... Are you serious?
Can Izzy raise her hand while you guys are having like quick question before we probably get into a fist fight? How long is it until the feast?
It's probably around... He looks out at the sun. Out the window. That's how you tell time. Probably somewhere around close to high sun. So I'd probably say low sun. Low sun, probably.
And And you said that there was going to be an assassination attempt.
Yeah, probably somewhere around tonight.
That's not cool.
We're not the assassins, right?
No, we're
No.
being pinpointed as the assassins. It's that evil guy with the adorable tiny dragon that I think is trying to overthrow.
Yes,
and become
adorable
Lord
tiny
Kal.
dragon. That's how I would define those things.
I think we should assassinate him.
I think we should and steal his dragon.
or whatever.
That's so cute.
But I think we should assassinate that man.
Regardless, the vizier, yes, he needs to go. The problem is, you guys just busted out an entire jail cell. I thought we were going to do that quietly. Instead, we made that very, very public and very open.
Right,
So,
so if
they're going to
the-
be on high alert. So I have no idea how you plan to get... Look, the Lord Kal's room, which is where the vizier is probably going to be, is on the other side of this fortress. Now, we have a feast in between us. We may be able to go on the top walls of the roof, but those are our only two options. I don't know how we're going to get through this with this kind of alarm going on.
Well, my hope is that the alarm will delay the feast.
No.
I don't think you know these royals. They love their feasts.
I know
you
the
could
royals.
be burning entire villages nearby. They're still going to have their apples, and they're still going to have their steak.
I wouldn't let anybody interrupt my dinner.
See?
How about
A
we
true noble.
waltz as delicately as we can and try to disguise ourselves with the clothing that we can find in this room and try to just get through the feast to...
We could
get
all
out of
hide in a
there.
giant pig and be served at the feast.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know.
Everyone on each other's shoulders, trench coat,
Trench coat,
hats.
hat. Yeah.
I saw that happen before a guy before his wedding, but it was a cake, not a pig, but okay.
Oh.
Zafir, can you fly? Just quick. I'm sorry if that's inappropriate.
Well,
Is that racist?
no,
You have
but thank you for
wings.
checking. Well, I used to fly. The vizier was pretty certain that I couldn't get too far.
Wow.
So
Way to be
no,
insensitive,
it's
Izzy.
most of it's for show. But
So he
thank
clipped
you.
So he clipped your wings.
Yes.
Permanent.
So your
Clip
wings
my
are useless.
So you're not even using those
Yes,
You don't even wanna
Grax,
give us
my
the
wings
feathers?
are useless.
So the feathers are
You should
decorative
just cut
now.
them off.
Oh my
Are you
God.
serious?
Stop trying to
Are
steal
you insinuating
Zafir's
that
feathers.
Yeah, of course. That hair of yours, that looks pretty useless. Could
Yeah.
we use some of that? Could I use some of that?
If it would help, I would cut off my dreadlocks.
Sweetie, no. You're one true
Because they're both
beauty.
useless.
Zafir,
Your
you
wings
don't
and his
about-
hair.
You don't want to put Sweeney's dreadlocks on your hat. Believe me.
I don't have a hat. These are feathers. This is all me. This is all.
All right.
What's
what
the
do
deal?
you need this
What's
feather
the
for?
what's the deal with the woman or man in black with the face with no eye holes? What's that? What's
Who's
that?
that?
Who is that?
Oh,
I'm surprised we didn't ask you that last night or before the jailbreak.
well, him. I don't know much about him. He came here with the vizier about a little less than a year ago when he first arrived.
The vizier's not been here for that long?
No, he's only been here for a short amount of time. He's gained a lot of favor. Him and his little creature have certainly made their way through the ranks. Certainly enough, I used to be a favorite of the family, and well, now I was locked in a dungeon on his word, so you can see how that goes. He certainly has some persuasion on his side. The figure, though, I'm not really sure what or who that is. It doesn't talk. The gods aren't really fond of it. They respect it. Well, I've seen what it can do. It's his personal bodyguard. I've never seen anything like it. But it doesn't talk. None of us know what it looks like.
And there was a chap who stopped the figure in black from killing us out in the desert, who said that we were under arrest. You know that person. Maybe we can get that person on our side. He wanted to give us a fair shake.
You mean Braun? Yeah, Braun. He's captain of the guard. He's a good man. I've known him for quite a while. He's a nice guy.
I don't think he'll mind us breaking out all the other animals. Do you?
Look, he's an honorable man, and he put a lot of those bad creatures in there. So I don't know if he'd be your best friend right now, but Braun is a good guy.
Oh, that's right.
All of these are questions I wish I'd asked you before I switched all those levers.
Yeah, that probably would have been good. You are all proving to be very great companions.
You know what? I'm a creature of impulse.
Yeah, that's working out very well for us, isn't it? Here in a baker's room.
We're not in a cell anymore.
We're gonna hide in a
Burn.
We're gonna hide in a cake. We're gonna hide in a cake. We're gonna hide in a cake.
All right.
What is she doing? What's happening right
I
now?
have an idea.
I don't think we're in the kitchen. I think
we're
we're
gonna
just
hide-
in the room.
Yeah, unless he made cakes in here. I think Well, I think we should just hit
Do we
those.
are we gonna have a cake montage?
Yeah.
100%.
I believe I can cake.
Guys, I can make us look like a cake. I have magic. One person dresses up like a baker. All the rest of us stand on a trolley.
I imagine what happened here is you guys spent about an hour and a half trying to make a cake, and then Sweeney was just like, "Oh, I can just make us look like a cake in about like
That
a
was-
second."
I like this.
All the four of us just walk together, and we just...
Well, 3 of us are in the cake.
We don't
One
even...
of us has to be the baker.
We'll probably need someone to push the cake, unless
No,
I've been here for a while. They've never served floating magical animated.
I can
cake.
make someone look... I can make the image of someone pushing a trolley full of cake. I don't need a 4th person to be that person.
Really.
Yeah.
So you're not so useless, okay?
Now, here's the issue. If anyone bumps into it, if anyone bumps into the cake, it looks like... It doesn't feel like cake. It feels
Right.
like person.
It feels like
So if
person.
someone's walking ahead of us who's like clearing the path, like, hey, just step outside, move a little from the cake, that can be a real person who doesn't look like that person. So we can have you look like a chef's assistant.
Yeah.
Horace.
I don't think I can pretend to be a chef's assistant.
I'll do all the work for you. Just
Horace.
have all the...
I don't even know how to do it.
Look, just walk with all the self-importance that you have, and I'll make them look like... Make them think you look the way you need to look for appropriate... Maybe you'll be a castle
just
guard.
kind of do you, and he'll, scrub you up, make you look like a peasant.
I had a dream once where I did myself.
I'm not surprised.
Let's do it. I like this plan.
And then-
Here, could you guide where we need to go?
Oh yeah, sure.
And then I'll walk where the baker pushing the cart is, so if anyone bumps into me or taps me on the shoulder, I'm a person.
Got
and then
it.
we just tell them, no, don't touch the cake. That's for the ceremony. Or the feast, yeah.
We'll
It's
get to
for
the
the...
other side of the palace.
So all we need to do is not be bumped into.
Yeah. Because
I
then
think
they'll
it's a-
feel feathers and dragon.
I think it's a great plan.
I think it's a great plan.
All right, I think this will go pretty well. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, so we all group together.
Okay.
Now,
So you guys bunch closely, I guess? You're just like arm in arm. How big is this cake?
I can make it as big as it needs to be.
Okay.
So here's the description on Minor Illusion. I create an illusion of an object within range, 30 feet, that lasts for the duration. The illusion also ends if I dismiss it, or if I cast the spell again. I can make the sound as well. So I can have the sound...
Make the sound of
Oh,
cake?
yeah, now we have cake
I
sounds.
can have the sound of squeaky
What is
wheels.
the sound of a cake?
Sound of squeaky wheels of a cart.
Okay.
And yeah,
Got very specific. It's like, oh yeah, it must be a real cake. Those
Because-
are really
Did you
squeaky and oil
Hear
wheels.
that cake go by?
it would be strange if like a trolley just passes silently, or if it
Well
sounds like
oiled.
footsteps.
That's true.
Well oiled.
Yeah.
Sounds like a group of people's footsteps.
It just sounds like shuffling.
Yeah, those are definitely cake sounds.
Now, if they investigate it, they're basically investigating against my spell save DC. So they have to beat a 14. So that's what's up.
And honestly, there may be cake investigators.
If I create the image of an object such as a chair, muddy footprints, or a small chest, it must be no larger than a 5-foot cube. So I can make a 5-foot cube.
That's probably only going to fit. I mean, the dragonborn's pretty big, right?
Yeah, actually, that is a.
So it's going to fit Zephyr and the dragonborn, and maybe Izzy.
Well, I could bend my head down. I can just.
Yeah, I mean, you can
yeah,
squish.
yeah.
Well, look,
I think that's.
all right.
Do a frog.
I got a pretty large wingspan here, and I'm not all for the aggression. Look, I see stuff. That's about it. I might just hang back and let you guys do this. Not only because I really believe in you, but just in case anything goes wrong and I need to find some other assassins to recruit for this, because I've only got a few hours.
Wow.
I mean, I really believe in you guys, and I am such a wuss. I'm so scared. So very scared.
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
It takes a big fur. It takes a
Fur?
big.
I'm sorry. You were just asking a minute ago to pluck my feathers,
Yeah.
is what it's called.
It takes a big bird man to admit.
Yeah, okay.
It's called
You're-
bird fur.
You're
okay?
you're a big bird, sir. That's very big of you.
If you can't fly, can you even call yourself a bird?
I'm really hoping you guys pull off your thing. I'm really rooting for you, especially you, Dragonface.
Grax had a good
I love
point.
you. I love your attitude.
Cake,
Crap, found a gun. All right. Let's get into a cake. So, who's inside the cake?
Well, 100% Grax.
Yeah.
Okay, Grax is definitely inside the cake.
I'll dress up as a chef because it's easier for me
Izzy
to.
Izzy can squeeze in with
Yep.
Grax.
I would say actually you dress up as well.
I mean, I'm a pretty dirty hippie-looking person.
So am I.
Yeah,
I don't even
this
look
is
like a
true.
hippie. I look like a hobo.
Yes, we can still have an 80s montage of you getting not dirty hippied.
I have some dirty servants. I just realized.
Again, not your servants.
Not your servants,
We don't work for
Horace.
you. We
Never,
work with you.
Never.
We work alongside
Work
you.
that way.
Now, Horace, you're a royal. The Kemps, of course. Now, are there any like tasters, like what can we expect from a typical party for when cakes are brought out?
Most of the time, people have a look of surprise on their face and feel elation inside their heart. And I would say there's also people who touch the cake, fondle the cake, run their fingers through the cake. I'm just kidding, you guys.
I like that.
There is going to be cake investigators. We have to count on that. So be very careful. Avoid anybody that shows a lot of interest in the cake. Usually I had 3 cake investigators for every cake I had. We just have to avoid
That's
that.
a lot of cake investigators.
How many enemies did you have?
I'm gonna take a note of that if I ever want to not be a seer, because apparently there's a lot of open positions for cake investigation out there in the world.
Well, that actually raises a point. Not just that people will be investigating this cake, but with the security being tightened from events be outside of our control.
My last question is, you do realize you're going to be rolling the cake into a feast and not into the Lord Kal's chamber, so how do you plan to get through the feast with said magical cake?
We're the cake for the special cake, not for the feast, but for the Lord.
Oh, like
So,
a
if anyone
no
why
longer
would-
Lord cake.
Yeah, like a goodbye cake.
That's actually something. That actually does
Is that a
happen.
thing?
That does actually
Wow.
happen. Yes.
Okay, I'm learning a lot
Of
about you.
course, nobody's
royals.
gonna want to touch it because they wouldn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, you don't start.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's not a cake. It's a bunch of cupcakes
Cupcake
all together.
tower.
If you touch it, and
That's
you
right.
take
Cupcakes
one,
are more sacred than cakes.
If
I
you
remember
touch
that.
it, they're gonna you're gonna notice that there's one missing, and there's.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. The problem is that maybe you feel like you can get away with taking one.
Oh,
No, it's gotta be a
No,
cake.
no,
It's
it's-
gotta
There's
be
a lot of
solid.
social dynamics around cupcakes.
Maybe
and
we
cake.
should make it something that people don't want to touch, like poop or
Dead
something.
bodies.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
We
say
want a
right
bunch of
now,
bodies. We don't even have to
there's
cover
gonna
it
be a
up.
lot of alarm, especially from Braun, to be dragging dead bodies to a family feast. There are kids out there.
Dead animals?
How about we're the
Man,
special
you are
dessert?
obsessed. Is that why you're looking at me like that? I'm not a bird. You know that, right?
I'm pretty hungry right now, though.
I'm gonna step
boy.
over here. There's a lot of vegetables and apples if you want.
Let's do this.
Okay,
Let's just go for it.
so we're just going to be a big cake, I think.
So
Or a big
who are we
cake.
trying to approach? The
well, we're
cow?
trying to
We're trying
just
to get through
go
the feast.
through the feast on the cake, in the cake,
As the
whatever,
cake.
as the cake, and then we get to the edge of the feast, and I suppose we slip out and up into the cow's room.
Yeah.
We no longer have to be a cake at that point.
Right. We can just be
The
us.
cake is to get undetected through all those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the other question is, should we try to get the ear of the guard?
I've never cut off a man's ear, but if it helps.
Should we try to get the attention of the guard?
Oh.
The captain of the guard that likes us or
Oh,
didn't
Braun-
want to murder
Braun.
us. Yeah.
What would that accomplish?
No, Braun just wanted to put us on trial fairly. It didn't seem like he was exactly on
And
our
I can
side.
promise you.
I'm on the dirty girl's side. I don't really understand. He didn't want to murder you right then and there. That
Yes.
doesn't necessarily mean he likes you.
That's a rarity for me.
You know what? I can totally believe that.
And I can promise you guys that once the Kemp Kingdom is established, there will never be a fair trial. So you don't have to worry about that with me.
Oh, good.
Let's get in that cake.
Cool.
Okay.
So we dress up as chefs.
As cakes? No. So you.
As cakes.
So Sweeney, Horace, and Izzy both dress up in the baker's clothes that you find in the closet.
Should we do stealth checks?
Yes,
for that?
I would say each of you roll.
Or is that deception?
I would say all of you. So even Grax roll a decept. I would say whichever's better, your deception or stealth.
So I'm dressing up as a chef
Yeah.
or an assistant chef.
11.
You
I would
should-
actually say Sweeney, you have advantage on this because you have disguises and materials
Well,
that you keep
you're-
with you, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're inside
I have,
the
You're
cake.
in the
You
cake.
don't need to
So
actually.
Grax
Fine.
just puts finds powder in the room and just puts it on his face and on some of his armor
It was a 4.
and feels much more like a cake.
Yeah, I have makeup and stuff, so I'll use that.
Oh.
Good because I rolled an 8. Good. The advantage gave me a 20.
Okay.
And what skill am I using?
You can either use deception or stealth, whichever one is better.
Ooh, or performance.
Yeah,
for
actually,
him?
I would say performance
Oh.
is definitely this. You are putting on a
A
show.
19 performance.
Okay.
And I'm going to be what, the head chef?
You
or
should be the head chef.
I'll be the
yeah.
head chef.
The assistants.
be honest,
The
you're the head
assistants.
chef,
Yeah.
probably.
The assistants
Yeah.
would push the cart.
Of course.
11?
Okay. Well, luckily for you, you kind of you put on your clothes backwards. You've never really worn baker's outfits before. Sweeney and Horace fix those for you and align it up and clean you up a little
Izzy,
bit.
the hat goes on your head, not on one of your feet.
You guys see Grax pretty much covered in mostly white powder, nod, and get ready
Grax,
to
I
go.
love it. You're trying to be the cake. That's the way to
Is
do
it
it.
flour?
I get my inspiration.
Is it flour, or did we find something else that the baker... Maybe
my
we found why this guy got
I'm
arrested.
pretty awake right now.
God.
It's feeling pretty good.
Grax is not entirely sure, but he can see everything. So, all right, guys.
Now we know why that guy's in a dungeon.
Well, I'd say good luck. Anyways, good luck. All right, guys, I'll be back in here if you're dead. So, good luck, guys. There's only the whole kingdom's future on the line.
Goodbye, noble birdman. May I have a feather to remember you by?
Roll. Actually, that's going to definitely be a persuasion.
I got a 23.
23? you like hold his stare. Your beautiful eyes tingle in the light just as like the sun hits it.
Can't you hear my eyes tinkling, birdman?
Is this the fork? No, not yet, but you'll need it. And he pulls off a feather and hands it to you.
I yank it away from him and go, damn right I'll need it, and I put it in my chef's hat.
Your chef's hat.
Oh, that's right.
Your
The Zephyr looks at it again and realizes what you're using it for, and I probably shouldn't have given you that. Anyways, good luck.
I walk past him. I have just a mustache of his feathers, and he's like,
Oh, from you took from earlier?
"Just have a good day, man."
What did that? I hate you.
All right, let's go.
Do.
Or do we know where to go?
Oh.
Open the door again. So where is the feast?
All right, come in here for a second. So he details the outline of the fortress.
Okay.
You're going to be going out from the baker's room. There's a long aisle that slides down into the main courtyard.
Okay.
And the main courtyard, which is a beautiful oasis environment, has been turned today, as Zephyr has described, into a beautiful feast banquet. So there's servers and servants going all over, probably about 15 different families, each with many kids, so probably close to about 100 or 150 people down in that banquet area. There'll be food going all over. There are guards on every corner, especially because of your recent breakout, and because, as Zephyr has described, originally everybody was on guard because of an attempted quote-unquote assassination, so there are guards on watch. And you guys are still missing. So it's going to be tight, so he knows and describes that you're probably going to have to do a pretty good job of keeping people away and not bumping into your quote-unquote cake. That's the
How
best
dare
way.
you put our cake in quotes?
That's probably the best way to get to Lord Kal, because directly through that courtyard is a long, long hallway that leads to a separate part of the fortress, which has one single outcropping outside of the Lord Kal's chamber. And that outcropping is typically where people would sit and wait for his attendance, where guards are going to be on standby.
That's definitely where we want to be.
That's where you want to be, but you're going to have to go through the courtyard to get there.
Yeah.
But there's no kids.
There's
I
no
hate
kids down there.
Good. Hate kids.
Okay.
I completely believe that you hate kids.
I'm not overly fond of children myself.
So we roll.
So you know
down
where you're
the
going?
hallway, right? Like
Yeah.
So as you step out of the door, I imagine you cast this.
Yeah, but we cast it before we open the door, because
Okay.
who knows what we're going to find out there. So you two go first, and then we push the cake that has Grax inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're pushing him down the hall. Some guards pass by and nod and just look at the cake as they pass by, nod. You turn the corner and you enter down into the opening of the courtyard. And the beautiful oasis, you see palm trees curling up above. You see a couple fountains, some nice ponds with fish swimming in them, and kids running around chasing balloons, chasing kites, chasing all kinds of manner of entertainment. You see jugglers, you see people blowing fire. It's a huge celebration. The guards are on alert, you can tell from their eyes looking around, but everybody else seems to be enjoying themselves. So you have probably about, you can see on the other end of the courtyard, 2 massive red metal and wooden doors. This looks like where Zephyr was describing as what would lead to the long hallway to his outcropping. So this is where you're going to need to get to. It's about 200 feet. So there's quite a few kids and people in the way. So what do you do?
Well, he's Sweeney's the one steering the cart, quote unquote. Cart.
Well, but really, what I'm doing is trailing.
Right.
So I have.
You're holding the illusion.
Yeah.
The bars of the illusion.
I might use Thunderous Smite. Just a little distraction.
Oh,
for
Jesus.
everyone. Is that I don't know how grand this is going to be, though.
Man, you really are drinking.
Well, I'm pretty wired
You were
right
watching
now
him
from all
before
that,
you guys were
flour.
forming this plan. Grax is in the corner.
He's just drinking the cooking sherry.
Flour.
He's drinking like cologne that he found in the room and just really anything.
How bad do you think Thunderous Smite will affect everyone here?
Pretty bad.
Say it'll make
we'll
a
get
bit of a
there, right?
ruckus.
I mean,
What
are
are
you
your
guys
thoughts? Should we
whispering?
do
Are
it?
you and Izzy whispering inside the cake right now?
The soldiers, I'd say all of you roll perception.
12.
9 for me.
15.
15?
So, Grax, both you and Izzy notice the guards are firmly holding their swords in their hands. Their eyes are darting around. They're just ready for anything at this point. Some of them had to tackle a bugbear and pixies earlier. They don't look too happy.
They're holding tight to their swords, which they don't know could fly out of their hands.
Right.
Aren't we all?
I think we should keep quiet and just make it to the door.
Because we need to make some.
work. I really want to do it.
I think
So
the
do you
largest-
guys want to try to do this stealthily? Or do
Yeah.
you want to make a
Stealthily.
big deal about this cake?
Fine.
We're gonna probably have to encounter something great, like bigger and worse.
Oh, I see what you're asking. So your question is. Jay's question is: are we like?
Are you just trying to quietly pass between people? Excuse me.
No, I'm actually going to clap
Or are you
my
guys going to make
hands.
a big deal about
I'm
this
clapping
cake?
my hands to get the children away and going, this cake is a very special. You do not want this cake. It's cursed and it's only for a royal.
Wait, so we're bringing the
So your
cursed cake
phrase
to
to
the
the
royal?
children was that this cake is for a royal and it is cursed? So I'm going to say a few guards approach as soon as they hear this.
Well, should I
excuse me,
Thunderous Smite now?
Did we hear you correctly? Did you say this cake is cursed?
Common is not his first language.
Did I say a cursed? I meant a special blessing.
That's a very... Where's that accent from?
He was raised in the Underdark.
A mushroom land.
Is that what Underdark... Is that what Underdark's... I don't know. Oh, well, we're... of course, Underdark, yes.
It's a mushroom kingdom.
Yes, it's where all of the best chefs are from. You don't.
From the Mushroom Kingdom?
Yeah. Do you know what kind of flavors they bring with them?
No.
Oh my gosh. Have you never had? Have ever had?
Can I
pasta?
try some of the... He reaches out...
What are you doing?
I was gonna...
What were you thinking?
I mean, it's just a corner
The
of
blessing is only for the Kal. What are you looking at?
Blessing or curse? Or wait.
blessing.
Oh.
It is a blessing for the cow, and we got to do some.
We got to
rolls.
both.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to
Performance.
bluff and...
Well, I got a 8 persuasion.
Performance of 15.
So, what do you say with an 8 persuasion?
It's not cursed, it's blessed. I feel like we covered it.
It's another
Yeah.
curse. It is a blessing.
He doesn't believe you. And for yours, he
15.
feels like you could be telling the truth.
You don't touch a cow's cake, man.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
All right, okay, I've never been to this Mushroom Kingdom. Let him through. So a few others that were holding their swords tightly kind of step aside and let you...
Thank you.
I'm gonna kiss him on his forehead and both cheeks. It's a mushroom kingdom. Is a mushroom kingdom a blessing?
Oh, thank you.
Blessing.
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 Maybe
Like
I meant
what
a
we
curse.
assume blessing,
Oh my
right?
god.
What?
Curse.
I'll just keep walking.
Yeah, I'm just looking at each other.
Oh, framboise.
That's true.
You just hear behind, like, we need to check his credentials. And then they just walk off.
Okay.
So you start to get into the swath of the party. Some kids start to come by. They run up to the cake.
Hey, if you touch that, the cow will have your eyes.
What?
Get out of here!
My uncle will have my eyes?
Yes.
He has my eyes. My mother says I have his eyes.
Well, then he'll get twice as many.
Eyes?
Get away, kids.
And you just, I guess, shoot
Here,
them off.
play with feathers.
Ah! And they just...
You rip your own mustache off?
I only put it on them as a mustache
Oh, okay.
when we left,
I
just
see.
to mess with him.
Okay, so the kids chase after the feathers, and they let you... You pass by
I
without...
wonder what those do. I have a couple, but let's throw like 3 in.
Kids catch on fire. And no, you're fine. The kids are just playing with them on the ground. You continue through a couple parents with her kids, shuffling them to the side.
I'm just picturing this as like the wedding from Game of Thrones.
You start to get to the end of the room. You see a few jesters blowing fire. Some gets pretty close to the cake itself.
It's okay, the cake is fire resistance.
Yeah.
The cake gets to the very end, and a man that seems familiar to you steps out, silver armor, crimson cloak, and gold inlays. The captain of the guard you saw before.
Brown.
Oi! Hold on. What is this?
Cake.
I got some word for my guards up ahead that you're cursing or sending blessed cakes to the Lord Kal.
No. That was a mere mistranslation. It is a blessing is another term for a gift, is another term for something we were paid to produce, a service or present for the Kal on the occasion of his final day. There was some mistranslation vis-a-vis Frambois here. I'm so sorry.
Nobody messes up on my name and lives.
I am so sorry. Look, listen to this guy. He doesn't mean lives. He said what he means is, and we've been having this all day. He means no one messes up my name and doesn't say sorry. It's just his translation. It's so bad.
That is exactly the translation.
He just mixes up all these words, and it's. He said cursed earlier. He meant blessing, which blessing for him means present, which for him.
I don't know if you know this, but we had quite a few creatures break out from beneath, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm not exactly at everybody's word. Nobody gets past this area without my look-see. Now, what exactly is a blessed cake?
Do you know? Have you heard of angel food cake?
Not exactly, but
So it's essentially angel food cake. Angel food cake is made from what angels eat.
Sorry?
Is my understanding. I don't know. I don't know.
He's made of angel flesh.
You're telling me this cake is made from angel supernatural beings?
No, we can't afford the ingredients for angel food cake. What we made instead is,
We have a budget for this this feast. I mean, I hope we're not going over.
what we instead made is blessed cake, which is made with the tears of a unicorn instead of vanilla.
Very sad unicorn.
All right.
I think we should just kill him.
No.
Come on.
Sorry, did I just hear something from... Is it...
It's the nature of
Man,
a
behind you, did you say something? I thought I heard something that sounded familiar.
Have you ever heard of what a blessed cake does? It whispers.
What?
Blessed cakes whisper.
It whispers that it wants to kill you, but it really means
Look, I feel like I need to get... I don't like him, but maybe the vizier needs to take a look at this. I don't know anything about blessed cakes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk to the vizier.
we go to a private place. Talk to the vizier.
So Braun turns over and talks to some of the guards, points down to the door. They go and open the big door, and you see about 5 of them run down the aisle.
Should we speak with him in a separate room? Sort of.
Well, where exactly is this going?
It's going to the Cal's chambers.
All right.
We just do it in the hallway. That's fine. Just.
The cake, it can't have a direct sunlight.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, he does mean that because he is from the Underdark, and his recipes.
You are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you recognize the accent? So his recipes.
I would say
Very common
roll a
thing.
persuasion.
We've been needing
You've been
to
needing
for
a
a while.
persuasion.
What about performance?
15.
If you can make it into a performance, like you're telling the tale of the Underdark and cakes,
So when you hear about
are you going to throw some feathers into it as well?
no, that would make no sense in this context. I will though embellish. I will say, when you have to bake in the Underdark, all you have are the mushrooms, which I don't know if you know anything about this fungi. They can't stand sunlight. They burn in the sunlight, and
You do know we live in a desert. You brought a non-sunlight cake to a desert.
no.
That is what makes it so special.
It is something that he will never enjoy on any other day. He has this moment to appreciate this cake only on this day. For if it stays in the heat and the sun, it will perish.
Like a sundown cake.
Like a sundown cake. Exactly. And what we've done is we brought this man who makes just the finest perishable cakes to make this thing. It's like a phoenix.
I put my soul into it.
This cake is like a phoenix, and it will burn very brightly for. That's not the one. What am I thinking of? Mayflies? I don't know. The point is, you know Underdark better than I, and these ingredients.
He's very dark.
These ingredients will only last so long, and in the sunlight, they're just we're ruining the cow's cake. We're ruining the cow's cake.
All right, roll your performance.
Oh, 18,
I
20.
got 15 persuasion.
Okay. All right. You know, we had some money in the budget for what I was going to call a sundown cake, but the original baker didn't agree with me. Of course, he got into some other problems with drugs. Anyways, I'm glad someone was able to make this happen. Was it John? Did John put in this order? He's always out there trying to prove himself.
This feels like something John would do, doesn't it?
John has a beautiful face.
He does have a beautiful face. It's a sexy young lad. Anyways, I'll let you through. So he turns back and the gates open and you guys are allowed to go down into the hall.
And we're chilling here for the vizier.
So you walk down the sandstone hallway.
Uh-huh.
You get to the end.
There's nobody around, right? There's nobody around the hall that we're going down?
They sent 5 guards down the hall, though.
Oh, ahead of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get the vizier.
Okay.
Apparently they don't just want anyone to walk into their lord's chambers. That
Fools.
seems strange to me.
Maybe they don't like him.
So you walk down the sandstone hallway and you reach an open outcropping. It's a small room. You see benches on the left, some benches on the right, and some nice tapestries on the walls.
Aww.
Although what's interesting here is instead on the benches on the left and the right are the bodies of a few of the dead guards. And you see outside of the door the figure dressed in black holding 2 of the guards by their throats in the air against the door, choking them, looking them directly in their eyes. They seem to be staring directly into what might be his or towards his or hers face. The figure slowly drops them to the ground, and they seem almost in a daze, but no emotions, and they just kind of stand and look at him and then look at you. They don't seem antagonistic towards him anymore, and the figure turns back around to face you. As it does it places the metal face mask above where its eyes or nose might be. You don't see anything, and it stares at you.
Its mask wasn't on.
Its mask wasn't on when it was holding up. You see it put it back on as it looks back.
And it was holding with its bare arms, right? It wasn't like levitating or anything.
No, it wasn't levitating.
Okay.
It was holding the 2 up by their throats and dropped them down next to it. The figure turns back around and faces you and has placed the mask back on. You cannot see its face. You see the other 3 bodies of the soldiers that were sent down here are strewn dead across. The 2 guards stare at you and look through you, even look directly. Grax feels like they can look and stare directly at you through your magic cake. They speak in unison. You will go no further.
No, you're right, we won't. Because we have a cake for you.
Is it a special cake? Or it's a special cake.
The dark figure tilts its head to the left, stares for a moment, pulls out a dagger and throws it right through the illusion at Grax's feet, and the illusion vanishes. The figure puts its arms up and points at all of you, and the soldiers both pull back on their bows. Roll for initiative. Take a pause. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode. We'll be back next week with the 4th and final installment of our adventure with Marshall Williams. And be sure to follow him on Twitter at @It'sMarshallW. And of course, if you'd like to download more episodes or check out other similar podcasts, head over to partialarc.com. That's arc with a C. Of course, we'd love to hear from you, so if you'd like to send us an email, you can do that at fridaynightquests@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Partial Arc. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
Yeah, I'm gonna loot the body.
So, how much experience do we get?
Well, now we have a skeleton army, so that's pretty neat.